That's great. We're
Just had my
ready.
second brain fart of the day. And another run ends at 16, so I'm gonna have to close out with single again.
You are 15 questions away from the million. Are you ready to go? Have a look at this for 100 euros.
Yeah, I think this is actually out of the 4 days. This got like the worst day so far. Complete the fairy tale title to 3 little cats, dogs, fish, pigs. That'd be pigs.
Good start. You have 100 euros. Good. Here's 200 euros worth.
What color is Big Bird in Sesame Street? Green, yellow, purple, or red? That'd be yellow.
It's right. You have 200 euros. Now, moving on, here's one for 300 euros.
Okay. What is the French for thank you? Zoudalors, grazie, danke, merci. That'd be merci.
You think it's D. Very well done. You have 300 euros. You're doing well. Fair play to you. Have a look at this for 500 euros.
What were the Irish military exiles of the 17th century called? Upset turkeys, quiet budgies, wild geese, tame swans.
You still have all 3 lifelines
one.
left. You have 50-50, phone a friend, and ask the audience.
I think they were the wild geese.
There's no going back once we've gone to orange. Are you happy with your answer? That's the right answer.
Oh.
500 euros for you. You still have all 3 lifelines left. You have 50-50, phone a friend, and ask the audience. Great start. Here's the next question for 1,000 euros. Get this, and that's the least that you can leave with. Here's the question. Take your time.
The average speed of an object is the distance traveled divided by time taken, tea breaks, lunch, dinner. That'd be time taken.
So you're saying it's A. Final answer? You looked like you knew what you were doing, and you did. That's the right answer. You just won 1,000 euros. You have 1,000 euros. That is yours to take away and do with as you please. You now have the chance to double your money by answering this question for 2,000 euros.
Okay. What is the capital of Pakistan? New Delhi, Rangoon, Beijing, Islamabad. That'd be Islamabad.
You think it's D. You had 1,000 euros whether this answer was right or wrong. It's right. You now have 2,000 euros. Okay, you're doing fine. The money is starting to build up now, but the questions are also getting harder. So remember, you have as much time as you need. Here is 4,000's worth.
Okay. Who was the second son of Adam and Eve? Abel, Aaron, Abdul, Abbas. That'd be Abel.
You think it's
And
A.
Cain was the first son, so...
You were right to go with that. You now have 4,000 euros. You seem to be in good form. Are you ready to go for the next one? 4,000 euros worth. Here comes the question.
Okay. What is the full name of Spice Girl Mel C? Melanie Cream, Melanie Cunningham, Melanie Cox, Melanie Chisholm. Type in Melanie Chisholm.
You think it's D. You had €4,000. You now have €8,000. You're on €8,000. The next question is worth 16,000. Concentrate. Think about the answer. Here goes.
Okay. In which sport do you associate the Fosbury flop? Wrestling, the high jump, cricket, the pole vault. Maybe the high jump.
You think it's B. You had €8,000. You now have €16,000. Remember, you still have all 3 lifelines left. The last answer got you €16,000. You are flying. Here is 32 grand's worth. Look it over, think it over, decide whether you want to go for it.
Okay. The currency of Guatemala is the franc, quetzal, lek, drachma. Type in quetzal.
You think it's B. When you leave the game, you can be sure of one thing. You will take with you a minimum of €32,000. It's the correct answer. That was brilliant. I'm writing you out a check for at least €32,000, but I would much rather write you out one for at least €64,000. Have a look at this.
Okay.
You have nothing to lose.
See,
Try
5
it for the
more and I
crack.
can officially end this, so... I hope I don't mess up in Final 5, because then it'd be pretty upsetting. What are the remains of Hadrian's Wall? Spain, England, Italy, Greece. Happy England.
You think it's B. Well, you knew that you had nothing to lose by answering this question, and you didn't have. But you're now worth €64,000. The next question is worth €125,000, but there is a built-in loss of 32,000 if you should be unlucky enough to get it wrong. Have a look at it. Remember, you don't have to play. You can leave now with €64,000.
Okay. A family of monkeys is called a school, troop, crew, cackle. That'd be a troop.
You think it's B. It must be quite a feeling having a check for €64,000. How does it feel to have one for $125,000? It's the right answer. You have €125,000. We are Delira and Exira for you. You now have question 13. It's worth €250,000. You don't have to play it, you can take the money you run, but it doesn't cost a cent to look at it. Here it is.
Alright, for $2.50. Which king of Leinster brought Strongbow into Ireland? D. MacMurrough, Madmoda, Aiel, Brandub. That'd be D. MacMurrough.
You think it's A? Well, you could have walked away with 125,000 euros, but you chose not to. Which is just as well, considering you've just won 250,000 euros. You are now just 2 questions away from 1 million euros. Whatever happens, you have done remarkably well. You have 250,000. You now have the chance to play for $500,000. Look at the question, reason it through, decide whether or not you want to play. Remember, get this wrong, you will go right back to 32,000 euros. So, take your time. Here is the question.
Okay. Cynophobia is a fear of cats, dogs, fish, birds. That'd be dogs.
You think it's
Eleurophobia
B.
is cats. Ichthyophobia is fish, and then
They say that fortune
is
favors the
birds.
brave. But whoever said that probably wasn't playing for $500,000. And you are. Nevertheless, it's true on this occasion. You've just won 500,000 euros.
Okay. Say for this one, how can it be by Byrne?
Remember, you still have all 3 lifelines left. You have won 500,000 euros, but we would love to see you leave the game as a millionaire. You have done fantastically well. The next question is all that stands in your way. Get it right, you have won €1 million. Remember, you don't have to go for it. You can quit right now and not risk losing what you have won. Whatever your decision, we wish you the best of luck, and congratulations for being a great contestant. This is the question for €1 million.
Okay. What you got me for the million, Gabo? In Macbeth, what does Malcolm say on hearing his father's death? Hate the murderer? The king is dead. So great a loss. All by whom? That'd be all by whom.
You think it's D.
Finally did it. Finally satisfied it.
You played for €1 million, the biggest prize in the game, and you won. You will now join the small list of names that have managed to claim that fantastic prize. You are a millionaire. You have won €1 million. It's an absolutely wonderful achievement. Well done. Our very best wishes to you. Thank you for a great game.
John Carpenter 173 and the 5th for today, which means I've now satisfied the requirement for the 4th day in a row. And I'll be honest, this session was very, very rough. I mean, I think I got like 3. It was just so rough, really. I hope I don't have a repeat like it was today. But with that being said, thank you so much for watching. Day 4 of Strategy Game December has been satisfied.